Welcome back, everyone. So even before the leaves start changing color, we hear the words pumpkin spice everywhere. And probably most of us have tasted it in a latte, but have you tried it in a cocktail? Our next guest wants to see what that's like. Please welcome sommelier and the founder of the events and wine tasting company, the Wine Sisters, Erin Henderson. Hi, Erin.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Really well. We're super excited. But I have to admit, some people might hear pumpkin cocktails and think, what the what? I'm a little bit skeptical, but I'm super, super curious. So why do you think that sort of flavor goes well with a mixed drink?
Well, listen, Jess, I am with you. Up until now, I was always like, pumpkin spice, I'm not quite sure of it. Like, it brought to mind these really heavily sweet, unbalanced, sloppy drinks. But with a little extra COVID time on my hand, I thought, if you can't beat them, join them. So I started playing around a little bit, whipped up this pumpkin spice simple syrup. It goes in really well with those fall cocktails that I love, bourbon bases and the like. And I hope that you guys really like it too.
Well, Jess actually made a batch of it before we started on the show today. It looks like, I mean, I've never done it before. So can you just walk us through the steps?
Well, Jess, that looks great. You look like a real chef there. It looks amazing. So pumpkin spice simple syrup is just like any other simple syrup. You take equal amounts, water and sugar, but to this, we also added in some fall seasonings, cinnamon, nutmeg, star anise, some sea salt, and it just comes out to be beautifully flavored and goes wonderfully with all of those fall-inspired drinks. And it looks like you did a great job, Jess. I have to say, congratulations.
Well, merci beaucoup, because the recipe was so easy, so much fun to make, and the house smelled beautiful. But I still haven't tried it. And you're going to walk me through how to make it first in a pumpkin spice old fashioned.
Old fashions, they've been on trend for a while now. They're certainly a classic cocktail, and they're definitely one of my go-tos for the autumn. And so they're dead easy to make. So what you want to do, into your shaker, you want to have 2 ounces of bourbon. You want to have an ounce of this simple syrup, and you want to have half an ounce of an orange liqueur. So there's lots on the market. Pick the one that's your favorite. And then to that, a dash or two of your Angostura bitters. Put in a dash or two of those bitters. Give it a really aggressive stir around in that rocks glass when you get a chance.
Okay.
Stir it up. Oh, I love that sound. It's one of my favorite sounds.
It's a good sound.
Strain it into a rocks glass with, if you have a king cube, which is one of those great big ice cubes, try that. I like to garnish mine with a little bit of a rosemary twig. If you really want to get fancy, you can smoke that rosemary or char it. But if you don't want to get fancy, regular rosemary is fine. But look at the aromatics on that.
Look how pretty it is.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Gorgeous.
So seasonal.
So Jess is going to put the finishing touches on it, and she's tasted it. Oh, I'm going to do a play-by-play. Her expression, it looks like euphoria. I think she approves. Wonderful, Jess?
It's beautiful.
I love it. Okay, so success, Erin, with Jess. You have made me a pumpkin pie martini.
Yes, I have. These are really great for your after dinner drinks. So we all have that set of friends, and I'm one of them as well. You know, after dinner, maybe you don't want to have an actual dessert, but you want to have a little something sweet to punctuate the meal. And this is definitely a sweeter drink, but I still think it has some really nice balance. So first things first, it's going to look really great. Pumpkin pie martini. Let's rim that glass with some graham cracker crumbs. So take your lemon wedge. I know. It's going to get great.
I got my
Take your lemon wedge. Yep. Rub it all over the rim.
Okay.
Very, very well done. Now dip the glass upside down into your glass of graham cracker crumbs that you've crushed earlier, so they're in a fine, sort of a finer flour type texture.
Okay. How's that?
Looks good. Looks really good. Now you need to put that off to the side, very gently put it down so you don't want the graham crackers to go falling all over the place. Into your shaker, which is filled with ice already, I want you to add 2 ounces of vodka. Now, if you like things really sweet, if you've got a really good sweet tooth, you can add 2 ounces of vanilla or cinnamon flavored vodka. I use plain in mine because I like them sweet but not over the top. So there's a little bit of flexibility in this recipe. You're going to add a 1/4 ounce of maple syrup, 2 ounces of coconut milk. I like the full fat canned coconut milk as opposed to what you can find sort of in the dairy alternative section in the Tetra Pak. I like the full fat canned coconut milk because I think it adds some creaminess. So now what you want to add to it is you want to add 3 tablespoons of pumpkin pie filling. Not the strained pumpkin you can get in the can, but the pumpkin pie filling, because we want that additional flavor of all the spices and stuff that goes into the pumpkin pie filling. All right. Now this is where you're going to get your muscles on. You're going to have to shake this because you want to break down that filling. You're going to have to shake it really vigorously for about 30 seconds or so. You really need to break it down.
Oh, my hands are really cold. Ah!
I know. It gives you an ice cream headache in your hands. But it sounds great.
It's another great sound, huh, Erin? It's a great sound.
It's so cold on my hands.
Yeah. Okay. That should be good.
Ooh, my hands are cold, Erin. So now what?
They're very cold, I'm sure. All you have to do now is strain it carefully into that rimmed coupe that you've already spent so much time rimming. So strain that in there. Careful not to spill it all over the place or ruin that beautiful rim that you created. It does, because of that fibrous pumpkin pie filling, it might get a little bit backed up. You might have to do it once or twice or press on the solids, but I promise you the effort is worth it. Give it a try and tell me what you think.
It is a pumpkin pie martini. It's a pumpkin pie in a martini glass.
It's my turn again, and I love a French 75, but you are going to show me how to make a pumpkin 75. I'm very excited.
That's right. I would be excited too. Very easy. So take your champagne flute, and into this, you are going to add equal parts. So it's going to be a ½ ounce each of freshly squeezed lemon juice, ½ ounce of your brandy or cognac, interchangeable, and ½ ounce of this pumpkin spice syrup. Just give that a little swirl so they all swirl nicely together. And then gently top it. The reason why I say gently is you don't want the sparkling wine to go overflowing all over the place. Gently top it with your sparkling wine. If you want to get fancy, you can always then add in a little star anise to garnish it, or even a lemon twist. But if you don't want to get fancy and you want to get right to it, you can just take a sip right away.
I have the star anise because you know how sometimes you get a perfect one? Look at that. Yes. Oh my gosh!
You are fancy. Cheers.
This is beautiful. I love it.
I really like it.
So our last drink is made with pumpkin beer. Now everyone has their limits, and that might be mine, but it is so popular right now. Why is it so popular?
I know. I think craft beer makers are really having a lot of fun, and they've been having a lot of fun for years. You know, they're playing around with flavors and with methods and even aging techniques. And I think even when you love a classic, everybody wants to juice it up a little bit. You give it some zhuzh every once in a while. And really, the pumpkin flavor only comes around once a year, so why not have some fun? But it does loan itself to some fun seasonal cocktails, which is an added bonus. So into your shaker that's filled with ice, give it 1 ounce of bourbon and 1 ounce of non-alcoholic apple cider. That's right. And then what you also want is a ½ ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice, just for a little bit of brightness. Put the lid back on that, and now you get to shake again, your favorite, but give it a good shake. Oh, yeah, good. Now, strain that into your rocks glass or into your glass. And now you just have to gently top it with another couple of ounces of beer. I would say fill it to the top. So that's going to be about 2 or 3 ounces.
Yep. It's almost all the way. All right, we got it. Now what?
Perfect. Now, if you felt like garnishing it with a dried apple or a fresh apple, go for it. But if not, dive right in and take a sip and tell me if this gives a little bit more of a zhuzh for you.
I can get behind this.
Yes,
I can fully support this.
Okay, my work here is done.
Erin, this was fantastic. We're going to have all of these recipes up on our website after the show, and we'll be right back. Happy pumpkin spice, everyone.